These are verses 17 and 18 from chapter 59 Al-Hashr. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Kamasal ash-shaytani iz qala lil insani kfur falamma kafara qala inni bari'un minka inni akhafu Allah rabbal alamin. Fakana aqibatuhuma annahuma fin nari khalidain fiha wa zalika jazaa'u zalimin. The translation is, it is like that of Satan when he says to man, disbelieve, but when he disbelieves, he says, I have nothing to do with thee. I fear Allah, the Lord of the worlds. And in the end of both will be that, they will both be in the fire, abiding therein. Such is the reward of the wrongdoers.
What is meant by shaitan in the context of this verse?
What is the question? Ask me.
What is meant by shaitan?
He says, I fear Allah. Is that the question?
No, that he will be put also into fire.
Of course he will be put into the fire. There is no question about that. But I thought your question should have been different. The question should have been, on the one hand, the Satan excites a person, a servant of Allah, ordinary creature of Allah, to rebel against him. And once he rebels, he withdraws and say, I fear Allah. Now, there are two questions. If he fears Allah, why should he be put to hellfire? And if he feared Allah, why did he put this man on the wrong track? You see, the answer to this is, don't take him seriously. He's a liar. Satan is a liar. This is what he says. So any human who does the similar things is also a Satan in that regard. Got it? Right. Have you said everything in this answer? Okay. So being a Kazab, he'll be subjected to hell. Huh? You understand this point? But perhaps the thing you had in your mind, which was perturbing you, was how should fire burn in fire?
Who is the being of this shaitan?
Huh?
The shaitan who will be...
Whoever does the same thing, whether it is human or non-human, it applies to both exactly, precisely. But the question, another question which you should have raised was, how would Satan burn in hellfire while he himself is fire? How can fire burn in fire? How fire can be tortured by being shoved into fire? This is the question. It's a question of relativity. Everything which you think is hot can be put into something which is even hotter. And that thing will appear cold in relation to the greater heat. So that will begin to burn, while itself it is a fire. It's alight with fire. So this is a question of relativity. Satan, call him a fire, but when he is put into hell, that fire which will burn him down will be much more intense than the fire he is made of. This is the literal explanation. But the metaphorical explanation is that Satan is not necessarily made of fire materially. Fire means that he has a rebellious nature. He has a destructive nature. So as such, when he is shoved into fire, he should suffer like anything else. So it's the nature of rebellion in him which is referred to as fire. Like the Holy Quran says, خُلِقَ مِنْ أَجْرٍ. Somebody is created out of haste. Now, how can you create anything out of haste? There's an Arabic expression which means that haste is in his nature. So fieriness is in the nature of Satan. Got it?